Hello, everyone. It's Crystal Neath here with your April 2nd, 2020 daily tarot reading. In this reading, I will be picking up on the overall energy of the day. As always, let's get right into the message and see what April 2nd has in store for us. All right, so we have the Two of Cups, we have the Six of Wands in reverse, the Sun card with the Nine of Wands in reverse. So a lot of fire and water, which we know makes steam, okay? So with the Two of Cups being present, this is highlighting our partnerships. And it more so feels like the roles that we play within our partnerships. And what does that look like? How does that feel? Because the Two of Cups is two people who care about each other. And this is a beautiful thing when you find someone who is like-minded and or totally opposite, but you all cling together, or you all just really match in some way. And the Two of Cups a lot of times is our romantic relationships. It doesn't always have to be, but most of the time it is. And I do feel like today, for some of you, a small amount of you will be feeling like not so victorious about your relationships with the Six of Wands in reverse and the Nine of Wands in reverse. This can actually be like ready to give up with a relationship that you all have. But the Sun card is like just piercing through, bringing so much happiness and so much joy and so much fire. Okay, so back to the Two of Cups. This is a beautiful union of two friends, boyfriend and girlfriend. Now, a lot of the times, to be honest with you, the Two of Cups, it almost makes me want to say, don't take your relationships too serious today. Like, just more so try to focus on you and maybe the role you play within the relationship. But the Two of Cups is not a marriage a lot of the times. The Two of Cups is a boyfriend or something like that, but it doesn't a lot of the times stand the test of time. So you might see that certain relationships are tested today, but it just gives me a feeling like not to take things too serious when it comes to that. And making sure that the people you're around align with what it is that you are on today, like what your agenda is, what your spiritual purpose is. A lot of the times when people's agendas or their perspectives of life don't align with yours, it causes issues. If you have dreams, aspirations, desires that you want to create, and someone you're dating or a friend or whoever is just complacent and does not care about anything, sometimes some people just, and it's nothing wrong with taking things day to day, but we all should have some type of goals or some type of structure of what the future looks like. And I think some people lack that. Now, I'm not judging those individuals, but what we find is that long term it gets old because you start to grow and progress and that person stays still. So just kind of watch that, because something about today has that theme. Then you have the Six of Wands in reverse. And it's the Six of Wands in reverse can feel like a delayed victory. Victories are coming, and I do feel that strongly, but it's just like the slam dunk is not today. But nothing is wrong with that. As long as greater days are coming and as long as better things are coming our way, then we can use this power of the Sun card to really dig deep and look at our personality. And when I explain myself, when I speak my story, what does it sound like? Is it victorious, or do I sound like I've been defeated? And nothing is wrong if you sound like you've been defeated. But ultimately, that is why we work on ourselves every single day. Because if your conversation, if your story of yourself is constantly beaten down or taken advantage of or hurt in some way, we have to fix that. We have to turn that around so that that's no longer the story that you have to tell. And or with your relationships. Some of us do great or are doing great in life, but it's like, man, other people just have all these issues and problems. Well, like they say, one bad apple can ruin the bucket of apples. Like, sometimes you got to be careful of being around people who are too toxic and who don't want to help themselves or who don't want to see a greater tomorrow, because it can really rub off on you. Now, with this powerful energy of the sun, once again, you can burn through anything. Yes, your confidence can be over top a little bit today. Like, look at this sun, like just mustache, just all the way over the top. So, but I like it. Nothing is wrong with self expression. But when your ego is too inflated, it doesn't become admirable anymore. It just becomes annoying and arrogant. And so you have to watch that and look at the people in your life, and confidence is very much needed. But when it becomes a bragging competition or you boasting on what you have and all of these things, it can really rub people the wrong way. And it's nothing wrong with telling your story, and a testimony is beautiful. It actually inspires other people. But I think we all here know the difference between a person telling you a story as inspiration and or an example, and somebody just wanting to talk about themselves. Some people just love to hear themselves talk. Some people just love to boast and brag about what they have. And it comes from a different place depending. Today, with the sun card being present, you'll find a more couth way of coming across to people, to where they admire you versus look at you as an arrogant person. So then we have the Nine of Wands in reverse. And the Nine of Wands in reverse talks about letting your guard down. And I do think today has a lot about self-expression and being free and being you. Not letting things get to you. Even if you can, for a few minutes, maybe getting out in the sun. I know it's so hard now, and I know the world climate is just crazy right now. And I don't mean that literally, but it's a lot. And so I think that today, if you can really just pat yourself on the back, and you can do that in a humble way. You can do that to yourself. Nothing better than speaking positive words of affirmations to the mirror, to yourself, versus the world. Because then it becomes a situation of, are you trying to convince me or are you trying to convince yourself? And the Nine of Wands in reverse can just be people kind of, like I said, being open and letting their guard down. But with a relationship today, you just have to watch it, because this can be an inflated ego. I'm thinking of something I want to say, but it's inappropriate, so I'll save it. But it could be competition within a relationship, and it's just like somebody just saying, I'm done. I can't keep doing this with you. All right. So I think that this energy is really positive overall. Like I said, fire and water make steam. Maybe drinking something hot today, a hot tea. If you able to access a sauna, which I'm sure none of us are, get in a sauna, get out in the sunlight, do something to make you feel good. Because it's about you. It's about your happiness. And yes, we have beautiful partnerships to make those things great. But if your partner is gone, what do you have to say for yourself? What do you have to say? What do you enjoy? What are your hobbies? What are you besides just a wife? What do you love besides just being a mother? Or what do you love besides just being a doctor or a store clerk, or whatever it is that you do, and whatever it is that you are associated with? If you weren't associated with that nurse title, or if you weren't associated with that, I don't know why I can't think of any other jobs right now. Like, it's not an IT person, or if you weren't associated as that scientist or that tarot reader or that whatever you do, what else would you say about yourself? And say that also when it comes to your relationships. Who am I outside of just being a wife? And when your day only consumes of serving other people, sometimes you can lose yourself. And that's how we hear a lot of people, and some of us too, at points in our life say, man, I lost myself in that situation or at that job or in that relationship or in that friendship. But it was only because you stopped putting yourself first. You stopped acknowledging what makes you happy. And it is a very big difference on being selfish and it's all about me. And I've been too selfless all my life, and now I have to make it about me. I have to find that compromise, and anything overdone can go the wrong way. All right. So I hope this helped in some way, you all. Very expressive day, I would say. If you need me, you can definitely email me at crystalneath@gmail.com. If you are interested in my tarot class/course that I will be having starting April 6th, feel free to email me for information. It's going to be a beautiful course, 2 months, 3 days a week, an hour with me 3 days a week. So it's going to be really, really nice. I'm going to teach you everything I know about tarot, whether you want to learn just for fun or you want to learn to possibly become a professional tarot reader. Okay. So if you're interested in that, once again, email me at crystalneath@gmail.com. Have a great one, and I'll see you tomorrow.